Thank you all for coming to the UW System Virtual Career Trek featuring Fastenal and hosted by UW Stout. Thank you to the Career Trek Committee from across the state for organizing these events for students to engage in their career exploration. There is an official registration form linked in the chat feature. We'll place it in the chat throughout our conversation today so that late arrivers can see it. Please click on that link so we know who is in attendance today. Career Treks are a UW System initiative connecting students with regional employers. Treks have the support of UW System and other state leaders who are deeply invested in retaining talent in our state. There is a trek almost every Tuesday this semester, always at 2 p.m. You can see previous treks via the recording on the UW River Falls website, which I'll also put in the chat just in case you are curious. If you go to the next slide for me, the next couple of ones, that's the registration form that you should see. There's the website where you can find more. I also put that in the chat. One more one. The next one is featuring Theta Care and is hosted by UW Oshkosh. I'm going to launch a poll to see who's in the audience today. So please complete it as it pops up. I clicked the right one. All right, we'll give a couple of seconds so that you can fill out. Hopefully everyone sees it. There we go. Things are moving through. Thank you for all that have joined. Give a couple more minutes, seconds, I should say. All right. They're coming through still, 66%. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to end the poll. Now it is my pleasure to introduce to you all Juan Ramirez with Fastenal, along with Kylan. Did I get it right?
You're right. You're right.
And I just want to say that this team looks forward to taking your questions at the end of the comments today, either from the chat tool or verbally. Juan, I'm going to invite you just to take it away.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Kelly. We appreciate being here. I'll just introduce myself and then I'll have Kylan introduce herself, and then we'll talk a little bit more about today and what we're hoping to present and how this will go. First off, Kelly, if you could remind me of timing wise, I'd appreciate that. I believe
half hour.
All right. So
we have time for questions. Yep. So we have time for questions. Yes,
so
please.
We run this for a half hour and then questions.
Correct.
Thank you. Just wanted to double check and make sure. Again, I'm Juan Ramirez. I'm a regional recruiter with Fastenal. I came to Fastenal a little different route. Graduated from UW Eau Claire in the education field, elementary and middle education. Went back to UW Stout. So I really love the UW system and got my master's in school counseling. Was in education for about 17 years and then needed a change and found Fastenal and the culture, which we'll present about today. And so now, again, I'm the regional recruiter for Fastenal, and I covered the UP of Michigan down to northwestern Illinois, all the way out to parts of Montana and Wyoming.
All right, and I'm Kylan Pappenfuss. I am our diversity and compliance manager, so I focus more in our human resources department. Been with Fastenal for 8.5 years now. A majority of my time has been spent within HR. So anything from posting our jobs, reviewing applications and resumes and things of that nature. So if you have questions on that at the end too, feel free to ask and we can help you out in any way with that too.
Yeah, and thanks everybody for joining. Kylan and Kelly will be checking out the chat so we can kind of look at the questions that are being posted there. Hopefully, if you have questions, throw them in there, and Kylan and I can answer and discuss. But again, just kind of want to give you an update of Fastenal, who we are, why we're here today, and about opportunities within our company. And I thought it was important just to touch on a little bit about how we got here. And I apologize about that horrible picture of me, but that's the way I was talking in the middle of my screenshot. So I live in Menominee, Wisconsin, so I have a lot of connections with the Menominee area. So that really helped me in my recruiting partnership with UW Stout, and started with career services and then has branched out into other areas into the on campus, some such as engineering, marketing, different things such as that. So that's kind of where we are today, and it really has grown to not only partnering with faculty and students and the career services, but also looking at how we can support education and support the students the best we can. So we even sponsor some scholarships for students in the engineering and the business schools. So there's a lot of different things that we do together with UW Stout, and we're looking to grow that throughout the university system. And because of that partnership, we did a brief video. We'll see if I can share this. And except for now, all I see is, all right, hopefully you see that now.
Johnson.
I'm a regional.
Kylan, are we seeing this?
My name is Justin Olson.
My name is Juan Ramirez.
I represent Fastenal Company out of Menominee, Wisconsin.
I'm a regional recruiter with Fastenal Company.
We're collaborating with UW Stout.
The relationship between Fastenal and UW Stout has been one that works both ways, which has been pretty phenomenal for me to see.
We focus on bringing part-time support staff members from UW Stout into our facility, and then we eventually put them on a career pathway to begin full-time work with Fastenal upon graduation.
We also have been able to work with the career services and the different programs at Stout, and been able to combine some of what we do in our Winona headquarters here on campus, and they can work on some real life problems that we see on a day-to-day basis.
The more people that we can bring into town and have them excited to live and work here, the better for everybody, right?
UW Stout has been a great partner to work with, and coming on campus and working with career services, they've done everything they can do to help expand our relationship and grow our partnership in a way that it's beneficial to us, yes, but we also really want to make sure we're a benefit to career services, the students, and the professors on campus.
To be able to take what they are educating their students on in a classroom situation and bringing it into a real-world application, it's been awesome. So I've learned just as much from the Stout students as they've learned from us. There's a different drive and determination about Stout students that it's really unmatched.
So again, that was just the video we did with UW Stout and with the UW systems, and just a little bit about our partnership and kind of what got us here today. So the Fastenal story is pretty interesting. Obviously, I know it's not 2017, even though that's there. I just like that graphic. I thought it was kind of cool. But it really is from a small town fastener shop to a world-class growth company. And we'll talk about how many branches we have now, how many countries we're in. But literally, this is our first branch in Winona, Minnesota, where our founder and his partners started Fastenal, and it really has grown from 1967 to now to a world-class company. And again, we'll talk about it a little bit, but it's the hope is that we've held on to that feeling of that small town fastener shop and growing and changing a little bit, but really holding on to our core values. We'll speak about those a little bit as well, but also just kind of giving you an idea throughout this presentation of what it exactly we've turned into now from that small town fastener shop and moving forward in that way. Well, and I already.
When I think of the Fastenal business
I'll just
model,
stick with this. Sorry.
I first have to think of growth through customer service, because that's what we've been about since 1967. And for us, what that means is we've worked to get closer and closer to our customer, because we believe that's the best place to engage with our customer. By getting close, it also allows us to do things that our competitors just can't do.
It's not just a box showing up at the door. It's a name of someone that you know, somebody that you can count on, and somebody that you should trust. And so what gets me excited and what I see is nationally, so many folks are running away from the customer, and I think Fastenal today is running towards the customer.
We have customers that when they're needing a product within their facility to keep it running, they're needing it today. Fastenal saw the opportunity to meet that need. Therefore, we took the time, money, investment to focus on that local inventory model and what opportunities and products we could offer our customers. Anything from construction products, safety products, MRO, OEM, built out our fastener center even more, really looked to see what it was that our customers were needing today, and that's where our focus was.
When I take a look at e-commerce specific to Fastenal, it's really about leveraging and capitalizing on our branch-based model. when we look within the space itself or the landscape, right, it's this race to same-day fulfillment. Well, because of those 2,400 branches and the investment we made within right-sizing our front rooms last year, this allows us to provide same-day service on over 10,000 SKUs across 20 different categories. It really is about providing that same-day fulfillment for online orders.
So really what sets Fastenal Company apart from other distributors in the marketplace is our ability to invest in the non-core type activities. Today we have over 11 industrial service locations and we have 8 manufacturing locations ranging from multitude of functions from tool repair to rigging to hose fitting to weld-to-length bandsaws to all of our individual manufacturing options. It really comes back to, partnering with a strong company that's willing to make the investment in things that take time away from you doing your job for your company.
And when it comes to inventory management, customers today have really been asking us for a few things. They want less of it in their facility. They want to lower their cost of capital. They want to lower their amount of touches they have internally at the plant. And they want to do that in a way that it doesn't cost them anymore on a per piece price basis. What we do is we create programs that allow those customers to get that inventory in a way that the only cost they have associated with it is the actual cost of the product itself. And having that local footprint allows us the ability to manage inventory in that way. And that's something a lot of our competitors simply cannot do.
If you're truly a service organization, a service-minded organization, you need to listen to your customer every day to understand their pain points, to understand the things that would help them be more successful. Because if you approach the business that way, you're a different type of partner.
When a customer looks at their supply chain and says, these are the problems I have. I need these 5 things solved in my supply chain. It allows Fastenal to go back and look at our toolbox of resources, whether that be an on-site program, whether it be technology through e-commerce or vending, whether it be a simple stocking program, whether that just needs additional labor put into it from a local perspective. When we're allowed to look at our toolbox and share those solutions with the customer, we come up with fantastic solutions to save that customer money.
When you look at procurement expense and the cost that goes into moving material, in inexpensive C-class items and consumables, the expense is not in the product, it's in the process. So as Fastenal moves into your facility, we can take over that responsibility. We can lower the total cost of ownership. We can lower the inventory dollars and improve the working capital performance by integrating into your business. And that means data, that means process, that means continuous improvement, really on Fastenal's shoulders in your business.
The on-site model helps our customer in many ways, but some of the fundamental ones that come to mind for me is putting dedicated inventory into customer's facility. That's inventory they don't need to stock. Putting dedicated supply chain professionals into the customer's facility. Those are roles they don't need to staff. And bringing those two things together, combined with the existing Fastenal infrastructure of global procurement, continent-wide, as well as global distribution capabilities, and mixing those all together for a more efficient supply chain. So our customers can focus on what they do, not the products they need to support their day-to-day activities.
We invest in things that make our customers better, right? And when we do that, we usually get it right.
So I apologize, I played that right away after another video, but I was hoping to talk about it a little bit prior to that, but then I accidentally clicked, so I just rolled with it. So a couple of the things in that video are a little bit dated. Some of our front store areas have changed a little bit, but I thought it gave a really good overview of the different environments within Fastenal, growing from just that small shop into what we are today. Oh, and I didn't mean to do that again. Let's see if I can just do this. There we go. So there on the right, that is our founder, Bob Curlin. He wrote a book that we all read and that I've really recommended to a lot of different people just to try to understand what Fastenal is all about, the power of the Fastenal people, or of Fastenal people. And really that's how we've grown, is that he had the vision to allow his employees to really get out there, take some risks, and see some rewards that might be out there and go after them. And so just some rules that he founded the business on is challenge rather than control, treat everyone as your equal, stay out of the spotlight, share the rewards, listen rather than speak, see the uniqueness in all persons, develop empathy, suppress your ego, let people learn, and remember how little you know. And I think some of those things are very important, and definitely a lot of us within Fastenal get out there and we're pretty aggressive in trying to grow our business and trying to help our business grow. But along those same points, we understand that this is all about relationships. And again, you saw the hashtag. I kind of love that hashtag in the beginning of how we got here. The relationships matter, and that's really what I believe, and I know that's what Fastenal believes, and that's really gotten us to where we are today. So again, before we get into the exact details of what we're doing, I thought it would be important just for you to see how many different areas we are. Some of these numbers are a little bit dated. I have updated numbers in a future slide, but we have approximately 3,000 in-market locations. And you'll see on the very far left, those are all of the in-market locations that we have. Some of them might have changed a little bit, but what we try to do is try to be within an hour of industrial areas, because as you heard in that video, we are trying to get close to our customers. We have over 20,000 employees. Over 70% of those employees are customer facing. So we really do want our employees to be building those relationships and helping solve those problems that our customers are coming into. Or maybe it's not a problem, but just seeing a new way to run something a little more efficiently, use a better product, different product to help save money. Those types of things. And Kylan, feel free to jump in anytime you want to. I know I get talking and it's hard to break into my ranting, so but feel free. And so again, you heard a lot of talking about the service and getting close to our customers. Again, this is just a little kind of snapshot of what we do, that growth through customer service. And these are some of those different areas that we can help a customer to manage their inventory, help them know where their things are, what they're spending, and really share in that partnership of helping them grow as a company themselves. So this is our 2022 numbers at a glance. Like I said, we have over 20,000 employees, over 3,000 in market locations. Something that I think is pretty phenomenal, and I thought it was on here, but apparently it's not. I apologize. We are in, Kylan, I believe it's 25 different countries today. I've heard somebody say
26.
26, thank you. I've heard somebody say 27, so I wasn't positive. So 26 different countries. So that's pretty phenomenal when you think about where we started. I'm aging myself, but not that long ago in 1967. And we've grown to approximately a $7 billion company. We have this obsession with growth. In order to do that, we need to keep investing in our people and the things that we said. But we're hoping to be a $10 billion company within the next 3-ish years. I've heard different numbers there. Like I said, sometimes we get a little aggressive and we really push for things a little bit faster. Some things that I think are unique to Fastenal is our Fastenal School of Business. You'll see over here that we have over 780,000 courses or trainings completed. So we really put a lot of emphasis on training our people. When we're looking at who we hire, we're literally looking at people who are ready to be part of a team, interested in what we do, and wanting to learn how to better serve customers. And then we help them learn what they need to do in order to have the job they have, and we can train them up with those tools that they provide us. Kylan, anything from there you wanted to touch on?
One thing I just wanted to add, so you'll see under the solutions, we have over 102,000 vending machines. That was the original idea around Fastenal, is our founder wanted to dispense nuts and bolts out of a vending machine. Well, as you can all imagine, that technology was not all there back in 1967. So it was actually not until 2008 that we started out with that vending machine. Now we're actually the leader in industrial vending.
Yeah, that's an important point. Thank you. And so some of these slides I'm just going to go through quickly. What we are, and I just kind of failed to say exactly what we are, business to business sales, and we focus on industrial supplies. So that could be anything from large manufacturers to government contracts that we have with schools or hospitals, in order to supply anything from that you see on here, from PPE to cleaning materials to pens and pencils, paper, water. Basically, what I like to tell people is that we help businesses or companies or organizations have what they need in order to either produce their product or provide a service. And we're really good at finding those products, and it might not be the cheapest product, but we're going to make sure that it's a product that we know we can continue to have and continue to supply on demand when our customers need it, and they're not going to run out of it. So it will not have a negative impact on their production. Sales by industry and the product lines, you saw those a little bit, and this is just kind of a breakdown of how much of it we sell. Obviously, the fasteners, where we started, it's been a huge part of our business, but you can see that, especially now since COVID, safety has really taken a large jump into the sales by product line. We really grew during COVID, and we're able to continue to supply our customers with what they need. So I'm not trying to say COVID was good, but it really helped us see where we can grow as a company and how we can better serve our customers. But you can see here's some of the different industries we discussed: transportation, public government, construction, manufacturing, and just straight reselling some products. Bin stock, Kylan touched on the dream of our founder was to have the vending machines. This is probably one of the most common things you'll see is out and about if you visit a location where we have product inside another company. This is our bin stock, and we supply these and supply the product inside of it, manage that product, make sure that they have what they need. And we try to really find the best locations within a company to place these products or these bin stock solutions, so that it helps the customer run their floor, run their business smoothly and efficiently. And here is the industrial vending, what we were developed on and the hope moving forward. So it is really cool to see this and to see the dream of our founder coming true. And he's been able to see this, obviously. He still comes into the office every once in a while, Kylan, I believe, and does some work around the office.
Yeah, he's here almost every day yet.
So it's really awesome that he's been able to see his vision come true. And obviously he has some more visions for growth, as does Dan and our leadership. So but again, these are just some of the different examples of what you might see and how we manage different inventory within our customers, and how we have become the leader in this industry. E-business, you saw this, obviously we get a lot of data, and we have a lot of data on how much our customers are spending, how much they're using, where they're using it, and how we've used it in the past, history. And we really want to share these things with our customers so they get an idea of how they're using it. So the e-business with providing that information and data to our customers, as well as moving into, if I just need a part, I can go on to our online platform and order a part from right there. So this is a power of Fastenal, people. I'm not going to play this because I put way too many slides together. But it is something that you can go on YouTube and look for. And it just, again, speaks more to just the power of Fastenal people and how we're successful, or how we try to be successful with our customers by empowering our people. So you heard me mention earlier the cultural values of Fastenal, and those 4 cultural values are ambition, innovation, teamwork, and integrity. And that's really what we're looking for employees. Obviously, experience and having degrees in certain areas are requirements for some positions. But for the most part, in trying to find great people to join our team, that's what we're looking for: people with ambition, innovation, teamwork, and integrity to come and be a part of our team. And like I said, we can use our Fastenal School of Business to help train people up and give them the skills within those certain areas that they need to grow. So this, we spoke about this a little bit. These are just some of the examples of what we bring to campuses, whatever it might be, class projects, case studies. You heard me say that we share some of our data and some of our problems that we see with schools and classes, and so that they can see some real life problems that need to be solved, and kind of make that a little bit more real to them. We have a lot of mentorships and internships that we can take part in as well. This touched on this a lot. The Fastenal School of Business talked about that with the university modeled educational institution. We have online, in person, a lot of different types of trainings available. And again, ongoing need for great people. Like I said, we're a little aggressive and going after our goal of becoming a $10 billion company. And in order to do that, we have to find great people that are willing to work hard towards that as well and be a part of our team. So we're going to need more people to continue for this growth. These are just some different career opportunities within Fastenal. Again, that over 20,000 employees and the different ways that you can be involved in our company. I recruit a lot for branch-based employees, but I also have headquarters where Kylan is in my territory. So we work together a lot to recruit anybody from transportation to distribution to IT, you name it. And we're a large company, so we have a lot of different opportunities within our business. I'm going to skip the video here too. It was an example of what somebody does. If we have time, maybe we'll come back to it. Kylan, unless you have strong feelings about that.
Nope, you're good.
All right. So, and I just wanted to throw in a plug here just with the networking and why that's important and being a part of these types of things. Like I saw at least one freshman number pop up there, so I know there's a freshman on here, but just seeing people out there and getting involved and learning and connecting with other professionals, other students, other people who will be going along the same journey you are. So just making sure that you are looking at getting involved on your campuses that you're at, getting involved with your career services departments and your different clubs and activities in order to make those connections so that as you grow, you will find more opportunities. And as Kylan has, and as I do, not everybody's the perfect fit for Fastenal, but we've made a lot of connections with other businesses that we help other people try to grow within those businesses as well if we know we're not a fit for them. Just kind of in how we network and how we go after people, not super important for this setting, I suppose, but contacting us and staying in touch. The Fastenal information on your left, that's a QR code that if you hold your camera up to it and scan it and press the link, that will take you to a form that just puts your name, your email, your school, and interest area that you would like. You can either pick from the drop down or type in there. And then I will follow up with an email after the event, just letting you know how to connect with me on LinkedIn if you aren't able to. As you see on the right are the 2 QR codes for Kylan and me, if you want to scan those to get connected with us. But yeah, and then we'll follow up afterwards with an email. I don't want to fly through this screen in case you had to grab your phone, but also we can provide that information later if you would like. And I think I ran through that as quickly as possible, Kelly. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry, Kylan, that I talked so much, but just kind of wanted to see if there are any questions out there and what types of things we can help you understand about Fastenal and our relationship with UW Stout and UW Systems.
Juan, thank you so much. As we go into the questions, one has popped up in the chat. What job opportunities is someone able to get at Fastenal with them being a partner with NASCAR?
Excuse me. So we do partner with NASCAR and we are a sponsor of NASCAR. I believe we have 2 cars right now that we sponsor. I believe they've been doing pretty well. Also, I'm not a huge fan of NASCAR or follower of NASCAR, so I don't know specifically. We do have sports marketing based out of Winona. That could be something that you would get involved with. Kylan, I don't know if there are any other specific ways to be involved in that, in NASCAR operations or things like that we have, but maybe you can speak to that.
No, I think you're right with the marketing, the sports marketing side of the business that we do have. And again, those would be based out of our headquarters in Winona. We have many different aspects of the marketing department, but I think that's going to be most relevant to you, if that's an area of interest.
Awesome. Again, as Juan and Kylan mentioned, pop your questions in the chat and we can answer. Juan, I'm going to keep the conversation going, and maybe Kylan, this is for you, not entirely sure. Can you describe your company's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion?
Yeah, and both of us can speak to this because obviously right now I like to say that every company is really looking at their DEI and trying to be proud of what they're doing moving forward. I also like to say that I would hope every company would say that they have a long way to go in that journey. There are some people that are doing great things and moving forward and with the employee resource groups and different supports of those ways. And I can tell you that as a company, a lot of the conversations we have as a regional recruiter with HR and within our compliance department on at headquarters, that we are looking at how we can grow as a company to find to support our not only employees but people who apply, to make it a great experience for them through the application process, and then also once that's complete, if they accept the position, then how can we support our employees moving forward from that point. So it's definitely something that we are working on and working towards. I think we continue to have ways to go on that, but it's definitely a conversation we have, and I really recommend that as students and people looking for positions, that's a conversation you have with either recruiters or hiring managers, or the people that you're working with moving forward from there.
Awesome, thanks. Anyone else have any questions? Otherwise, I've got a lot. I can keep going. Or we can go back to the video too, Juan, if you want, if there's a one in particular that you want to make sure we see. But one of the questions that has come up, just kind of looking at, at UW Stout, and we have a School of Art Design, are there roles at Fastenal available for creative, design, VR, AR, similar roles?
You kind of cut out there at the last part.
Oh, sorry.
No, that was I just didn't hear the last word you said. Something.
Yeah, like is there any like creative design, VR, AR, or similar roles?
Yeah, so we have, Kylan, I'll let you speak to this. I've talked enough.
No, I was just going to mention it again, more so on our marketing team. They do a lot of that. Our marketing team is quite large, as we mentioned, the sports marketing team. We have our social media aspect. We have the branding side, the event planning more so, graphic designers.
And we definitely have one of our employees in the marketing team is a graduate of UW Stout in creative writing. So I know he's very involved in our marketing strategy. He's doing similar to podcasts or live events that he's interviewing people, and then that goes out to all of our employees. One of the postings that I really like to share that I saw pop up in my feed was videographer, and a person that's in charge of video that we have, I believe, working out of Winona. But we have photographers, we have video people, we have a large team of people that do creative things. But then we've also seen some of those people that are interested in creating those things have gone into our sales side, and that's helped them in developing their presentations and different forms of communication with their customers. So there definitely is, like I was saying, when we're looking at employees who might want to join our team, we're very open for anybody to look at Fastenal and kind of see if there's a fit for them. Like I said, I was in the education world and able to look at those transferable skills and bring those skills onto Fastenal, have that discussion, and Fastenal also saw those skills too. So definitely we have a need for a lot of different people and different thinkers, and love to have anybody either reach out, ask those questions, or take a tour of a building or marketing or a branch, any of those things.
Awesome. Let's see. I know you guys have the chat too, so I just want to make sure. If anyone has any questions, please pop them in.
And one thing, a question that I get a lot
Yeah.
is internships. We just touched on that a little bit. We are able to offer internships basically anywhere within our company, depending on what that internship is. A lot of our internships are sales and branch operations focused. Our headquarters, there might be some part-time positions where you could call that your internship during the summer or something like that, but that would be something where the person would have to move to Winona in order to be a part of our HR team if there was a part-time position, or finance or something like that. But a lot of the branch operations and sales, we can take part in one of those 3,000 in-market locations. Otherwise, we do have a kind of intensive internship program that we run out of the Twin Cities area. So I know we've had students from UW Eau Claire, UW River Falls, the Duluth Superior area. So that's definitely, I think I forgot to say Stout. We also had a student from Stout. I should probably mention that since we're on Stout's career track. So we have had people that take part in that. And again, we have a lot of different opportunities for you to explore.
Must be Tuesday and everyone's quiet. Or there's just, you've answered everything, Juan. You just you got it all.
I just threw so much information out there as quickly as possible to see what would happen.
Do you want to go back to that video? Do you want
I definitely can. And just so what this is a real it's not a real life, a realistic job preview, as what we've titled them. And so we're starting to really try to get out there and look at what our employees are doing, where they're going. And so you can see the growth of our employees and kind of the track that they took.
My name is Chris Harvey. It's been a whirlwind of a year and a half here. I started with the company February of 2021. I started part-time at a store, and then within 3 months there, after graduating from Marian University College, I was able to go full-time as an account specialist. And then about a year later, I was offered a position to be here as an on-site account representative. This opportunity came up kind of spur of the moment. It was at the Customer Expo in Nashville, Tennessee. Met some of the brass from here, and we just kind of really clicked that night, and they hadn't even signed the on-site yet. And they were like, we want Chris to run it. I didn't believe it would happen. The job was posted, they signed about 3 months later. Here I am 2 months later sitting in this chair as an on-site account representative at North Mechanical. I'm in a real unique situation here, being at an on-site. As of now, my team is currently just me for Fastenal. On-site here every day, there's a team of people from North Mechanical that I deal with every day, and they are really helpful because they understand this is a learning process. We've only been here for 6 weeks now, and there's growing pains. So we usually talk once a day. Hey, how's this going? Can I help you with this? Or it's, hey, I see this is running low. Can we talk about, maybe changing the min-max here or there? Really just having that open door communication. My favorite part of the job is all the people I get to meet, all the new things I get to learn every day. I didn't want to be stuck behind a desk all day in my job search a year and a half ago, and now I'm out driving an hour to a job site. So I can learn at that job site, learn faces, learn names, learn new items. Everyone as a kid loved seeing construction, and for me, it's just something that it's not old. I still love seeing new construction, and now that I understand more, it's like, ooh, what does this do? Ooh, what does this do? The growth has been very fast. If you asked me a year ago where I'd be today, I probably wouldn't be able to tell you. It's so much growth opportunity here. I can go work in the warehouse if I wanted to in the future. I can go and work in national accounts if I wanted to. There's so many different avenues I can go. I'm focused on this one now, and whatever calls in the future, I'll be there to answer.
Sorry, I was muted. Another great example of the careers that we have within Fastenal and what opportunities there are. Kind of you get to see the different work conditions and areas you can work in, everything from warehouse to offices, different areas like that. So again, just a lot of different opportunities and a lot of things to explore, but then also a lot of areas for growth.
Juan, I don't know if you saw the question in the chat, and Kylan, maybe this is more for you too. Is any positions with, are there any positions with Fastenal? Let me back up. Is there any positions with Fastenal in person? Are there roles that are remote? And if so, what are they?
So as you see, or as you've seen from those videos, a lot of what we do as a company is customer facing. And in order for our customers to get what they need, and in order for us to provide the services, so for example, throughout COVID, we couldn't just shut down our branches because then our customers wouldn't get what they need. So we have been a majority in person on the branches, on-site location, or in an office, whether that be headquarters somewhere else within the US or outside of the US. And so most of our positions are 100% in person. We do have the flexibility within departments and with department heads. I believe it's four 10s they could choose, three office, 2 home. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Kylan, but basically it's a decision that the employees and the supervisors make together on what they think they can be successful. But again, a lot of our entry level, like branch operations that I recruit for, there's not really a way to do that remotely, so it is mostly in person.
Yeah, exactly. It's mostly in person. All in all, the position, depending which it is, might offer a flexible schedule after training and onboarding, and of course meeting performance goals, if there's an option to work remote. But we do offer flexible scheduling as well, especially for our part-time employees.
And I do know also that with having that many in-market locations, we do have a lot of offices around the United States. So I know there has been circumstances, or sorry, I'm catching myself in English. I'm not going to be able to correct it. But there are circumstances that where we have somebody who works as a part of a team, but their office is in a location, a branch location outside of headquarters or something like that. For example, my office is in Hudson, and so I have an office there that I go to when I can and when I'm not traveling and those types of things. So.
What about if somebody wanted like an intern, and I don't know, I'm asking the question, I don't know, like wanted to do it outside of the US? Is there opportunities to do or take an internship outside, like in a different country? Or are the interns more focused on in-state?
That is a great question. As far as I know, there's no program that we pay for travel or pay for housing or pay for any of those things. So that would be on the person themselves if they would want to look and see if there was an opportunity abroad that they would like to try to apply to and go through that process. And then they could definitely communicate that with the district manager or the leadership team. I don't know how it might run, whatever area they would be applying to. But I know, like, for example, here we do work with students that are international students that come here for experiences, as long as their visa allows it, they are able to work with us and get an opportunity to see what we do and do internships and those types of things.
Awesome. Questions from anyone in the audience today? Everyone's thinking. Leave it at that. We'll pause. We'll do the silent pause. Now, Juan, you mentioned that you, if they filled out that form, that you would follow up with them. I'm not sure if you can put those QR codes back up, but I think it's very important for people to stay connected. And so if there's a spot, like what is next steps like then in the application process? Or if they reach out to them and they reach out to you, what do we do?
Yeah, so if they're interested, like that Fastenal information on the left, like I said, I'll follow up with an email that will tell you how to connect on LinkedIn, how to apply and search for jobs in certain areas. If it is more of a student looking for just what opportunities there are. I should have probably put that on there, but careers.fastenal.com is our careers website that they can go and they can search in general. They can search by location, whatever that might be, that they could look and find. But I do usually recommend that, if they are looking at something or wanting to apply, reach out, let me know, and I can connect them to either do a job shadow or just a conversation, whatever it might be, to make sure it's the right fit for you and right fit for us, because we don't want to waste your time, and then we want to find something that's going to be right for you.
Well, and I think that's really important. And to those of you on the call, I've been able to work with Juan now for a couple of years in a different capacity in different ways. And it's so true what Fastenal does in that respect of, if you are interested in a certain field, if you have a certain area and you want to learn more to see if it's the right fit, Juan does all that connecting in the back end to make things happen. From everything, I mean, I know you do supply chain and you do the sales, but I mean, you have the HR. It's kind of that wide variety of different areas that I just want to, that I appreciate Fastenal for doing, but those on the call, if you are interested, to please reach out. One came in, does Fastenal offer any scholarship opportunities or tuition reimbursement potential?
So as far as I know, we don't do tuition reimbursement. We have some relationships just from like they're not, we don't pay them for them or anything, but just because we partner, like our employees could get a reduced rate for going back to school and taking some classes. We have some things like that, but we do really rely on our Fastenal School of Business. So that is really where we push our employees to really grow. Obviously, if they want to find something outside of that, they do go that route. But as far as I know, we don't have tuition reimbursement. We have different programs like in Winona, where our manufacturing and distribution is headquartered, where you can sign on and attend a technical college down there, and work at the same time and get that reimbursed. But in general, no, there's not any of that reimbursement. Did I miss part of that question? Sorry.
No, I think you got it. With scholarships, I think tuition reimbursement and then scholarship opportunities.
Yeah, so the scholarships, it depends on the school and on the relationship Fastenal has with the school. Like I stated earlier, there are scholarship opportunities that people can apply to, or students can apply to at UW Stout. I know there are some other ones across the nation. I don't know specifically, but we don't have anything that a student would apply to us for a scholarship and we would pay them, or something along those lines that I'm aware of.
Got it. Kylan, I got one for you that came in the chat. Can you explain what you do on a daily basis working with Fastenal, and how did you get into your position with Fastenal?
Sure. So every day is really different. One can say the same thing. I focus more on the recruiting aspect of what my team does on a daily basis. But I mentioned at the beginning, overall, what our team does is we're posting all of the jobs within the United States. So we're in all 50 states, and this includes Canada, Puerto Rico, Guam, Mexico. So we post all the jobs, and then anyone who applies to a position, their application actually comes to our team, and we screen all of the applications, and we're just looking for basic qualifications, and then we'll invite them for a short phone interview, typically 5 minutes or so, just to ensure that they meet those qualifications. And then we'll send it off to that hiring manager or that team to further review and then conduct those in-person interviews. So again, I focus more on that recruiting aspect. So doing a lot of the career fairs, different events, more of just that branding for Fastenal that we have. But how I got here is I went to school at Minnesota State Southeast, and actually didn't start at Fastenal when I started going to school. It was more towards that end, and I actually ended up doing my internship through Fastenal. I was working in our distribution center and then transferred into the office of the distribution center into an admin role. And it was more of the HR function of the warehouse, where I was doing a lot of that onboarding and the recruiting aspect within our distribution center. And I really enjoyed that aspect of it. And it was actually offered a full-time job after my internship, and really enjoyed that. And I worked in that role for about 1.5 years, and I just wanted more of that HR experience. So that's where I found myself on the team I've been on now for 6.5, almost 7 years, our diversity and compliance team within HR. So HR is split up into many different areas. We're more of that specialist at Fastenal, where you are in a specific area and you are that specialist on that team. So insurance, benefits, payroll, and then our Fastenal School of Business is actually part of the HR team as well.
We've been able to work a lot too, just as an example, like these types of events. And then also we're planning Fastenal days at UW River Falls, up in Duluth. Kylan just hosted one at Winona State. Winona State, right? It was?
Right. Yep.
Yeah. Sorry, I questioned that the moment I said it, but just being able to work a lot together in that recruiting process and that applicant experience in those different areas too. So we've been able to work closely in that.
Awesome. One more, and then we'll wrap it up if there's no more questions. But what are some characteristics of employees who are successful at Fastenal?
That's a great one. Again, for me, what I tell everybody is just having those core values. And once you have those core values, really coming in and being a part of a team. Obviously, we have salespeople that want to do, like, I just think back to sales. So like, that's a lot of what I recruit for and a lot of what I work with. We have teams and people that really want to sell a lot and grow their careers and grow. But really, we're all part of the same team. Like on the video you saw, one of our executive vice presidents, you saw Dan Florness, who's our CEO. Really, from top to bottom, we really work hard to meet our customers' needs, and we're a team doing that. Obviously, we all have different parts of that, but without each of us, we're not going to be able to do that. So again, just being able to have the integrity, ambition, innovation, and that teamwork is huge. So if you have those 4 core values and you're interested in customer service and helping business grow, and being able to self-manage, like that's something that I think is huge, because we are given a lot of freedoms to go out there and to make opportunities happen for our company. And sometimes that can be overwhelming for people. So if you're not I'm trying to think, disciplined in how you attack your goals and attack what you want to accomplish, that can be overwhelming. And we have seen people fail at that who do have some of those cultural values, but they need to work someplace where they're looking for somebody to say, okay, it's this time, you have to go do this, go do this, go do this, and you have a list of what you have to accomplish. Whereas a lot of times you get the opportunity to go out and accomplish those lists, but you're also looking for opportunities to grow our business. So I would love to say anybody, but it does open up to a lot of different people that can be successful here. Kylan, anything to add to that?
The one thing I was just going to mention is change, being open to change. Fastenal is constantly changing, I feel like, and how we can, do business better. So things are constantly changing and evolving. And I think that's a big part of our business too. Mm-hmm. Some people don't like change as fast as I think sometimes we change things.
Customers included, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Juan and Kylan, I just want to say thank you for your time and your energy today. Thank you to the UW System Career Treks Committee for their collaboration on this project. This trek is recorded and will be made available for viewing no later than noon on Monday, I believe. Again, recorded treks are at the UWRF website that I posted earlier. If you have not, please make sure that you record your attendance today. follow up with any questions that you may have with Juan or Kylan, and we will look forward to connecting hopefully at a next event at one of our universities, if not a career fair.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Have a good day.
Well, I can't hear you.
I said I'm trying to figure out how to stop recording.
I think you did.